Public art has a fascinating history in the United States. The first public art programs got their start as part of the New Deal in 1934, when artists were commissioned to create high-quality work for federal buildings. Since then, public art has spread across the country and taken on dozens of forms. Public art creates a sense of identity for cities and communities. Even if you've never been to Chicago, you're probably familiar with the famous Cloud Gate, which is affectionately nicknamed the Bean by residents and tourists alike. The Arch is an unmistakable landmark in St. Louis, which is also home to the free Lohmeyer Sculpture Park and dozens of other examples of public art. These installations are more than just eye candy. They have a real, measurable economic impact on their communities. In Oregon, public art adds more than $300 million to the state's economy every year. In New York, more than 40,000 people are employed in the arts, and the state's public art brings in an estimated 25 million annual visitors. Public art is an important part of civic planning, and now we're developing a public art master plan to bring public art to the city of O'Fallon.
I think what public art does for a community is it really brings people together. It's one of these things that you don't really realize what you don't have until you get it and you realize what you've been missing all this time. Public art in any city tends to just set a positive tone for the whole community, and that's what we're trying to accomplish with this.
The city has already created several public art installations. The Veterans Memorial Walk is a beautiful monument dedicated to our country's servicemen and women. Travelers have enjoyed our CLIP program installations, which include our identification signage. To introduce even more public art, the City of O'Fallon has teamed up with Via Partnerships LLP. Their expertise will help us develop our public art master plan, but we also need your help.
Residents are the key to this whole thing, residents and business owners of O'Fallon. We really need the community to get involved. We thought, what a great way to do this. The best way we could possibly reach as many people as possible is by an online survey, which is what VIA ended up doing. They're hosting it. And residents can go on to any city website, the Parks and Rec website, the RSC website, the main city website, and just go on and take the survey. It takes 5 to 7 minutes, and it's a fun survey. It's got pictures of art, what you would like to think. It really opens your mind, so it's going to be really interesting to see what the community thinks.
By answering our public art survey, you can help shape the future of public art in O'Fallon. Public art can take many forms, from murals and sculptures to architectural designs and interactive installations. By sharing your thoughts, you'll help us understand where public art could have the greatest impact, and how we can make O'Fallon more attractive to residents and visitors.
I mean, it could be anything from artwork on the corridors, Highway K or Main Street. It could be art specifically in the parks. It could be specifically set aside and partnered with trails. It could delineate neighborhoods like Winghaven or North O'Fallon. There's so many different directions it could take, and there's write-in areas on that questionnaire too, so we may be missing something completely, and some astute resident or business owner may say, hey, what about this angle? So right now, the sky's the limit, and I'm just really excited to see what it's going to be.
The survey will be available on our city websites through early March, and we encourage every resident and business owner to get involved in the future of public art. We're excited to offer something that benefits the entire community, and we'd like to understand what our residents most want to see in our public art installations. Head online, take our survey, and make sure your voice is heard in the development of our public art master plan.